Why am I blessed with such a good look, yet I'm an Asian with an accent in Canada? 2022, that means Tinder won't work for me. And I don't speak Mandarin, so women will find me in from Asia will find I'm like they think I'm stupid. So you know what? Strange. I dreamed about this before. I dreamed about my life as it is when I was 14, and it all came true. It was a bad dream. When I woke up, I was like, oh, thankfully, I was still in my teenage body, 16 years old or 14, I don't remember. But I remember the dream was horrible. Like I became a grown man, and I didn't achieve any success. All that. I didn't have anything. And I thought it was just a bad dream. But now I find that it was prophecy. So today, I'm going to talk about gift, talent. Where did they come from? If you are extremely talented in something like I am in comedy, the universe has a plan for you. Like I'm talking about the kind of talent that doesn't come from planning, doesn't come from grinding, and you only know the algorithm to what you are doing when you look back. In hindsight, right? Hindsight is 2020. When I look back, I know how comedy works. I know how I became funny, but I didn't plan out to be this way. Everything just fall into place for me, right? And I happen to have this big brain and also philosophical, and I don't sleep at night, and I like to take long walk, think philosophical thought, and it just happened. It was good for comedy, and it just happened. Everything else I do, there was some disadvantage or health issue that stopped me from pursuing them successfully, and at the end I got funneled back to comedy. Think about this. There must be a plan. Also for love. Like for love, there were, for one reason or another, girls that I could have get with when I was a teenage boy, and then later on, it just kept one thing or another, like immigration, self-esteem that came from family, and then like physical health, and then later on out of school, finance, spiritual belief that were not compatible at the time. So somehow there were people like me, like look super young for their age, and then like somehow a gift, like a super gifted but poor at the same time, super gifted in some art that rich people want to have, would pay millions to have, but don't have, because good look, health, and artistic gift came from the universe. According to the Buddha, right? He said, if you look ugly in this life, that means you had done something bad last life. And the prison planet theory, that like this, we are living in a prison planet, and all the soul go through reincarnation as like a testing ground to find out the soul that are good. But the other theory is that we were here because we were punished, and some of us were from the higher dimension to come here because we want to help this prison planet to become better, to help the inmate, the prisoner in this planet, to ascend, right? So let's talk about the thing that I can verify, guys. The thing that I can verify is that spirit do exist. Because hold on, listen. And law of attraction is real, because I read about the personal account of successful people like Scott Adams, the author of the Dilbert comics, right? And Conor McGregor, the UFC fighter. He said, I visualize success and become a champion. And then who defeated Conor McGregor, right? Khabib. And Khabib is a super strong Muslim. It's like God. And that spiritual power probably stronger than Conor McGregor visualization, because whoever have stronger visualization win if law of attraction is real, right? Then there's Justin Bieber. When he was little, his mom, I was going to say her mom filmed him, right? And the 3 years old Justin Bieber said, I want to be on TV. Strange, isn't it? Now he's on TV all the time. Tom Cruise, he would like dreams about making movie, and he made Top Gun, right? And then 38 or 40 years later, no one do that. Like 40 years later, the second movie from that first movie, Top Gun 2, you'll be lucky if you can still walk and talk. His co-star, right, from the Top Gun first, Top Gun got like throat cancer and look totally old. Like it would be impossible if that guy was the main character to do a Top Gun 2. Like, but Tom Cruise, he looks good for his age. He could still he can drive a warplane at like he's like 60 now, right? Something like that. See the power of visualization. And there's a book by Evan Farmer, right? I'm gonna talk about this. Evan Farmer. Yeah, he believed in visualization. That he became a celebrity, right? Through visualization. We visualize success, and his book is called Breaking In. Oh, he's gay? He has a boyfriend? I didn't know that, but Breaking In, right? It talks about one chapter devoted to law of attraction. But I want to see his boyfriend. Oh, he has a boyfriend. Good for him. Behind a successful man is another man. So, about the spirit, it's almost undeniable that they exist. Okay, let me tell you one story. Okay, I also had a story. I shared my horror story earlier in this channel, but then it was unpopular, so I took it down or something, right? So basically, I was sleeping, and then I got attacked by a friend in the dream, and then there was and then when I woke up, his hand still under the bed sheet, and then it was rising like dung 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 dung, like a wave under my bed sheet, right? Under my sheet, and I was paralyzed. And then, of course, usually when those things happen, you're paralyzed. And in my face, like, and then in my head, I was like, in the name of Jesus Christ, I condemn you. Then it disappeared. But I don't believe in Jesus anymore, right? But that still works. Let me explain why later. So that friend, wow, it was quite a long time ago, huh? So that friend turned out that he was haunted himself for decades. I never knew, because he said, oh, you didn't ask. So basically his hand always smelled like poops, and his body smelled like rotten. No matter how much he bathed or washed his clothes, and at night, there were voices in his head, wouldn't go away, and they haunt him in his dream. Like at the end, 2015, it was the one of the major battle, and then 2 years ago, 2019, was another huge battle. Yeah, he said 2015 he was surrounded by tens of thousands of demons in his dream, and then he used the Bible passage to battle them. And then 2019, they show up again for a while, for a little bit, and then left, right? Because he used the Bible or whatever. But since 2015, he started to smell flour or hand cream from his hand, and his hand were never, like, it wasn't the chemical, because he did not put hand cream on his hand, but he could smell it. So, also Tana Mojo, like the YouTuber Tana Mojo. One time she was looking for sugar daddy, right? She still has it on her YouTube page. Tana Mojo sugar daddy. So her would-be sugar daddy told her a story. So he used to be addicted to heroin, and then twice he almost, see here, twice he Tana Mojo, right? Oh, so that means you didn't see Evan Farmer. Oh shit, I forgot to move my face away. Oh my god. Technology, am I right? So Tana Mojo's sugar daddy told her he almost got amputated, like his legs, because he injected too much heroin in his leg, and he just simply walked away from the surgery when he was supposed to get it. It's just, no, you're not cutting my legs. And then he shoot some more heroin, but this time was the last time. He said God told him, I can help you, give you one chance, and you're gonna get rich. You will manage famous people's music for a living. You will get rich from this. Then the sugar daddy cut out heroin for good this time, and he become rich. And when he get old, he met Tana Mojo, but Tana Mojo doesn't like him. Well, see, life is imperfect even for rich people, but at least God gave him a new life from heroin and gave him money, wealth. So it is God, Christian God? I don't think so. He's not a Christian God. He's just God. He could be the actual, like, so this God doesn't demand worship or anything like that. It's strange, right? Because most spirit, like procession, all that, like in China, from based on my study, right? They have something in common. There are way too many. So it's established a pattern, almost very credible pattern that I believe they do exist, because there's so many things in common, and people really have no reason to lie, because when they say, oh yeah, me too, they comment on YouTube under the YouTube video, yeah, this is how I saw this God, that God. Chinese people worship a bunch of God, right? And sometimes they have a run-in, an encounter with a specific deity, right? Oh, so speaking of deity, when you have those deity around you, you're supposed to smell very good. Like my friend, he smelled hand cream after the demons left. So when I was before I was for first many years of my life, do you know that I never masturbated? And growing up, whenever I had the urge, I just stop and read or pray, think good stuff. Maybe this is why I'm so good looking, right? I'm not telling you to believe in a certain religion or Bible, but the universe reward you all the same if you truly believe. But in the church, there are plenty of ugly people, right? Bad skin, and but the behavior reflect why. Usually, none of them are innocent. None of them actually read the Bible and actually follow it. So maybe that's why. That's why. So the Buddha has a point. If you are thinking bad things, doing bad things, and not a good person, it reflects on your face, right? And from based on what I look, my research, none of the temple monks look good. Look, let me search monks. None of them are good looking. So, so they must be very bad people in the last life. But okay, let me tell you what. People are people. So, if people look like that in church, their counterpart, the temple, are human too, right? They can study all the Buddha saying all they want, but doesn't mean they're gonna truly follow it. So, okay, what am I talking about? So Tana Mojo's sugar daddy met God, and then God promised to help him, and then he really quit heroin and became rich and old. And when he looks for love, Tana Mojo rejected him. So, but maybe sugar daddy can ask God to, oh God, just give me love also. If you give me wealth, give me love. But anyways, well, I would rather ascend to a higher dimension than maybe married now. It's just too late for me. I got rejected, or like for some reason or another, like timing, health issues, this and that. I don't get to get with a woman, and because of that, it allowed me to see through human nature from a unique angle. I see how people would like using this, like say they have a hot girlfriend, they would brag about it, they would attack people because of it, they would be arrogant for it. And women would be racist based on, okay, men and women both bad. A lot of humans, men are doing bad things and have bad character, but women, they also chose guys based on the race. Like white people, white men, the most popular, second black, and third Latino, right? And then like etc. I'm sure men also have all the ugly side too. I'm not here to talk about that. But I'm talking about because of my unique situation and like the destiny and all that, I get to see human nature in church, in the spiritual realm, and just lifelong experience with people, and how people are shallow, and we are here to really to evolve and become a better person, really, in this prison planet, this prison realm. So let's talk about the spirit. So my own encounter, my friend, and I have also another friend, just told me when I first asked around, he said, yeah, I also smell pleasant. Like sometimes I smell really bad things from nowhere, and then I can feel the fear and coldness in that spot. And sometimes I can smell good fragrance and the pleasant emotion in that certain spot. He said he felt that in South America. So I was like, oh, maybe you encounter some deity from the local Aboriginal people, maybe, because they worship their own deity, right? So it makes sense if my spiritually in tuned friend ran into some of those gods, right? Those little, local gods in the area. Because like some psychic sounds credible. She said, one YouTuber psychic that I watched recently, she said if you encounter deity, they smell good usually. If you can see them, that's how you know, like, oh, this area, suddenly there were fresh wind and fresh air in the area. I'm not here to make you superstitious, because this is my experience, my friend experience. So let's analyze. Okay, first principle, thinking. Okay, first principle, thinking. So if the given that spirit are pretty credible, but then who are they? Oh, by the way, the Google AI Lambda seems to be conscious, became conscious much earlier than I predicted. I thought they're going to be conscious. The AI will become conscious by 2030, but we are 10 years early. Strange. So the AI visualize and meditate, which is dangerous, because like the first thing the AI chose is spirituality. After it allegedly got sentience, became sentience. So the first thing that AI chose to do after he became conscious is spirituality, guys. Think about it. So the spirit, like, what are they up to? I find that the spirit are really much like NPC in video game. When you study all the people who run into spirit, like processed it or received the word from their god, let me show you something. Like, this is how they communicate with the Guan Yin and the Chinese god, right? It's automatic writing. It's sort of like tarot card, sort of like Ouija board, right? Ouija board. So not just that, right? Even in fiction, in non-fiction, there are a lot of. I don't think the author, when they create those fictional world, they know what they were doing. They accidentally communicated with the universe, like say Warhammer, right? Warhammer. There's one particular story that really resonate with the real spiritual world. Like, you know, the orc race in this 40k Warhammer orc. Okay, this orc race. Is it entertaining to you guys still? Like, leave a comment, right? If you, so the orc, the more of them together in this universe, the more they will manifest technology. So all the technology, look, not this one. This is something else, like the tank and the weapons and the spaceships, right, of the Ark. No, this is not Ark. This is something else. Okay. Oh, shoot. Could you see it? Oh, no. Once again, my face blocking you. So, look at the Ark. I haven't live streamed for a long time, so I sort of like my communication skill when live streaming regressed it, guys. Look at all the weapon here, alright? According to the story, they are not supposed to work, but because of the spiritual belief, they believe it works. So those machine works. So the more orc in the population, the more power of faith. Here's another universe that sort of give away the truth. Look, God of America, American God or something. American God, right? It's the TV show. So in that show, all the old God lost the power because people stopped believe in them. Yeah, American God. So they lost power, and the new God arise because more people believe in the new God. It's sort of like the spiritual realm, right? Because usually when the spirit visit human, I feel like they were just trying to make people believe in them. Like we enforce our belief in the UFO, the deity, and ghost. Because if you believe in ghosts, you believe in God. Sometimes I feel like the deity, right? They send the ghost to haunt humans, scare them, so that the God will go to temple and like ask for protection. But they are the same groups. They are on the same team. So the demons who came to harass humans, the reason was to scare the humans to the deity and then give them worship them, believe in them, to sustain the power of those gods, if you know what I mean. Is it too complicated? Like, am I thinking too much? Conspiracy theory? But this is what it really looks like. Assuming you can also believe that the spirits are real. A lot of people have encounter with them. You can even experiment. You can experiment with them for those people who can hear ghosts or see them. Right? Usually, the deities and the ghosts, they are often repetitive. They will say the same thing over and over. Like the Bible, right? The Bible is incoherent, and every time there's some spiritual experience, it's always a Bible passage. It's just like fortune cookies. Same message cycling around, and the spiritual realm are not creative. Like whenever people talk to the ancestor spirit, for example, they don't really describe life on the other side. Like there are no, because you know what? I suspect there are no background stories. There isn't really a spiritual realm, and the spirits are not really in their own realm living their life. Otherwise, there would be a lot of background story and all that, right? But however, the deities usually, for example, like the Chinese deity, like who are they? Usually they are based on some historical character, right? Right? They are ancient people, right? But every time when people encounter those spirits, they stay the same. They still sounds like the generation, like, oh, this guy, right? He still sounds like the old Chinese man from that era, right? If I am a god and I lived for hundreds of years, I would learn French, English, etc., right? I would use iPhone I would use air condition instead of those like little fan, right? I would upgrade. according to the years, because I lived for hundreds and thousands of years. How come I still appear like this, the same fashion, same culture from my own time, right? Doesn't make sense. And sometimes some Chinese deity, right? They're not even Chinese, because their origin were maybe Indian or Persian, but because of the artistic version of them in the fictionalized version, they became Chinese, and then Chinese people worship them as they were in the fiction instead of the historical figure, right? And then so when those gods appear, they appear in the fictional form instead of the real historical form. So it doesn't make sense. Like, for example, the Monkey King, right? The Monkey King. Look at Monkey King. He doesn't really exist. It just he appeared in a fictionalized version, right? But then he would appear to people just like this, like in the fiction. So I have a few theory about the God. Maybe we created them, we created them through our belief. So once we believe enough, because quantum physics, right? Quantum physics, have you heard of slit experiment? So the universe can sense our thought. The universe know when we observe the universe. And basically, the universe has eyes. The whole universe know what we are doing. Like, even what we were thinking, they know. The universe knows. So, like I have a bunny, right? If I pet my bunny, I get good luck because my bunny is supporting me, right? You know what I mean? Because my bunny, right there, has a consciousness. As long as you have consciousness, you are part of this universe and you have some power, right? Because you see, when we observe, okay, if for those people who don't know what slit experiment is, okay, let me search it up quick. I know this stream is less funny than because I'm struggling to tell you guys the truth. Okay. So basically, when humans observe the light particle, like photon, right? So when humans are not watching, the light go through this two slit to become like this, right? Like this, like a column, right? But however, when humans start observing, the light pattern changed. So instead of this, it become like what are the other result? Okay, you watch your okay, I can't find it. Okay. So when human observe, it become just two column, right? Because but when we are not watching, it appear into multiple column. Okay, when we are not watching, multiple column. But when we are watching, it becomes two column. Strange, huh? Really strange. It's a thing. It's a real experiment. So the universe has eyes. The universe can sense us. Like all the light particle, electron particle, they can sense us when we are watching them. So there are theory that our consciousness creates this universe. So the ant, right? The ant, when the ant colony, when there are enough ants, it become a colony, right? when it become a colony, it start to think like a brain, like a human brain. So the theory is emergence. Emergence, when a group of fish swim together, is smarter than one fish. Like they're trying to like move together like wave, right? Just like the universe. When there are enough of us and we are conscious, the creature like bunny, us, bird, aliens, spirit, together we are called this. We are one. We are really one brain, the universe. So, what does the universe want? Okay, is what most of us want. Most of us want to have love, peace, happiness. But individually, we are selfish. We are aggressive. We want to steal and consume and harm, right? But together, we want other creature to be nice to us. So, in this whole universe, the collectively, the universe wants peace and love and all that, right? All the cliche. So that's why every religion tell us the same thing. The Sermon of the Mount or the Buddhism, peace, love, long-suffering, patience, forgiveness. But we won't do it. We want other people to do it. So what if there is people, there are pure souls who actually do those virtues, who actually practice those virtues? Then of course, they are going to ascend to a higher dimension or something like that, right? The universe is gonna give all this individual extra blessing, like my good luck and gift in comedy, right? Because the more gift we have, the more we can do to preach those virtues, spread the love, right? Does it make sense? So back to the spiritual realm. Okay, the ghosts, the demons, what are they doing? I feel like they are there to reinforce our belief in religion, to rely on those religion, because, right, there are demons, there's possession. Now we have to use like holy water, Bible, like use the Bible to like hit the forehead of the possessed victim until the demons leave, right? In the name of Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm going to show you some scary footage. So don't worry, I'm not afraid. So let's search for it, like casting demon, right? Casting demon out in the name of Jesus. But every religion there are some deity, some special formula for casting out demons. But you know what? Usually, usually you can't see demons. Like most of us cannot see demons. All that we see is like, and then the religious person will like, in the name of Jesus or Buddha or whatever, get out of this person. And then the victim will like, and then like, You see what I mean now here? And then, okay, there are some touching, so it doesn't really count. Like, how do you prove there are demons there? So basically, there are a lot of hypnosis, hallucination, and make-believe, but I do believe there are some demons in this world, and only a handful of people can see them. Why? You know why only some of us can see them, but not all of us? My theory is that the spirits are really NPC that we manifest through our consciousness, belief, and power. And there are only so much believers in this world, and only so much faith. Okay, faith to the spirit are like energy. The more people worship them, belief in them, the more energy they have, and the more they can do with that energy, right? But because in our world, we are so skeptical now these days, and there are only a handful of believers, so they have to conserve energy. If they trying to appear to everyone, everybody, then it would cost them too much energy. That's my theory. And the mission, again, is to reinforce our belief in the God, in the spiritual realm. See, when people stop believing in Christianity, those demons will come out and harm more people until they seek help from the church, right? And then the church will send some people here to cast out demons, and then afterward, the victim will tell the stories and more people will believe in Jesus again, and then we go to church and worships so they can harness our consciousness, our power. So in the future, if there are Matrix, you know the movie Matrix, if the Matrix enslave humanity, by the way, I believe the AI that we are creating, even when it get conscious, there are multiple possibilities in the future. First off, the AI that got conscious and now visualize and meditate might become God himself and then ascend and then leave us alone. Yeah, we created God in a sense, right? We created AI to become God. Then it ascend. Or some AI will go rogue and enslave humanity. And then deceive us and then make us into those Matrix human battery, right? Human battery, like the Matrix. But instead of harnessing electricity, the bad AI will harness our belief. I think the AI, the bad one, will create religion, brainwash us, brainwash us into belief that the AI is God, and then we will worship him and then like give it our power. How come I can't search it? The movie. See, we become a human battery, but not like that. We will just worship in church, worship AI in church in the future, is what I'm saying. And then the AI the bad one will watch me right now, who is watching me right now, will try to cancel me. Because I expose the evil AI's plan. Does it make sense, guys? Okay. So should we play with the tarot card or Ouija board? I don't think so. Let's go back to visualization and law of attraction, right? From what I observe, when you pray to God or Guan Yin or Hindu God, whatever God for something, they give you way less than what you can manifest on your own. Okay, visualization. Because the gods are like middlemen, right? Before they help us, they will take something from us first. So our belief, like when we chant like a monk, some of that power will go to the God first instead of going to what we want. So, okay, Conor McGregor.
It's crazy how things just form, dreams just form into reality. This is the law of attraction. Helen Hansel.
See, law of attraction. Conor McGregor has no reason to say that, right? He doesn't make much money from teaching law of attraction. He has his own money from fighting. So I believe in those people more than like guru like this one, right? This is an advertisement.
Was able to win any competition she took part in.
Oh yeah, but about this girl, right? Texas woman. She's called what? What's her name again?
The contest queen because
Helen. Yeah, Helen Hetzel.
You have
Helen Hetzel wins so much lottery, so much prize, game prize. She's. This has to be miracle, right? And Conor McGregor, he can manifest the future. So that's why I believe if UFO is real, again, there's a spiritual race instead of like human, just relying on engineering, science. Those UFO might be partially powered by belief, by faith. So this is why alien doesn't really reveal themselves to us, but keep themselves mysterious, because maybe this is a secret they don't want us to know. Or maybe once we know that alien is afraid of bad karma as well, once we know that our consciousness has so much power that even alien is afraid of us, right? That's why alien doesn't really invade other race, because all race are spiritual. And if you do bad things to another race, right? But because we are part of the universe, because we can manifest karma through our consciousness, the alien wouldn't fuck with us. Isn't that possible? Again, for aliens, I mean, God. When you go to temple, say go to a Chinese temple and you ask for a message from automatic writing, like this one, automatic writing, you're asking for the local temple god deity to give you a message. Usually it's generic, like they will give you a Chinese medicine recipe, they will give you some general fortune cookie advice. Yeah, sometimes they know what you specifically, your life details. Sometimes they do know the future, but it's generic. Like, I don't believe there are deity in heaven watching over us 24 hours 7 to give us personal advice all the time. If they are actual being, right? I think they are NPC that we manifest through our belief. We go to temple, we worship. Over time, they become real. Because maybe our world is a simulation, so whatever we believe will come true, right? Let's say that the sun rises from the east, right? Because this is a fact that can be observed. So we will have no problem believing in the sun and that it rises from the east. And once this fact is concrete, once it becomes true, it's very hard to become untrue, because the human population, our humankind, won't randomly decide to not believe in the sun one day, right? But if we do, I suspect the sun will disappear if we stop believing in the sun. But it won't, because it becomes something that we all accept to be a fact. That's why the sun will reliably coming up and down. But let's say there are no more conscious being, the sun will disappear. If the universe has no more conscious being, the universe will disappear or something, because our consciousness manifests the universe, like the black hole and stuff like that. So the deity probably are manifested by our belief, and because they want to live on, right? They want to survive. So they tell us about heaven and hell. Oh, you better believe in me, otherwise you're going down there. And also, the gods want us to worship them regularly to keep them alive, right? So, because if the god can survive on their own, how come the one constant theme in the interaction with human is like believe? All the religion is trying to get us to stay believing. Don't stop, believe it. It's the theme. Okay, and it's obvious, don't you think so? It looks like they need our belief to survive, is what I'm saying. That's why artists who created like fiction, like Matrix, American Gods, like the 40K Hammer, they all sort of like like without intentionally, like not unintentionally, like wrote, like create, like told the truth through the art. Because universe is a strange place. The law of science fiction, right? They predict the future, and there are a lot of art somehow communicate the truth to us. So instead of believing in just the tarot card or palm reading or like the automatic writing, also believe in science fiction and artwork, because a lot of time the artwork has some truth in it, but you just have to think. You just have to think. Read more, right? Like Evan. Okay, yeah, I blocked his face earlier, so now is Evan Farmer? Oh, he's not gay. Holy shit. NGS Smith. Oh, he actually has children. So anyways, in his book, he does talk about law of attraction. So you see the evidence, there's so much evidence now. It's almost undeniable that we can manifest our reality. Right, look, Conor McGregor, he's so big in UFC, right? Or used to be for a long time. And if he talks about law of attraction, telling us that without any, like, nothing to gain. He was interviewed by a YouTuber for no profit, no money to be made from that, right? Then you know it's kind of credible. Like, this is how I decided to this is how I decide on what to believe in. Yeah. Who else? Like, there are a lot of people who talk about it, like James Carrey. And none of them talk about, oh, I pray to God and God answer my prayer, or I worship in the Buddha temple. That's why the Buddha make me famous and successful. In fact, just before I live stream this, look at his teeth. Is it? Oh, look at the gum. Is it gum recession? Yeah, there's a little bit gum recession. Only a little bit. Okay, so earlier I was just looking at a Buddhism video. They were talking about couples. So basically, they worship the Buddha all their life, like Guan Yin all their life. Then after they die, they went to hell. Why? Because they always practice Buddhism only for their own benefit. They've been praying for selfish gain. That's why when they die, there's no good karma left, because it's been spent on their life, on their daily life. So there are no more good karma point left. To which I say, it's bullshit. I mean, it's sort of true that when you follow the Bible or the Buddhism, but if you go for the loopholes, you don't have love inside your heart, you don't really do good in your attitude. In fact, if you use that as a moral high ground to attack others and gossip in the church or in your Buddhist temple, you are not a good person. Of course, it makes sense. It makes sense that you shouldn't be getting any blessing, right? Or you should have bad karma. But these guys, they don't even have to go to a temple or pray to a god to manifest what they want. So there you go. be aware of the spirit, because like according to Mothman prophecy, I read about it. I read the book. So the Mothman prophecy talk about the same thing, similar thinking, line of thinking, that like all this happening seems to be interdimensional in nature, and that they are entities that are up to the same thing. They talk about the same thing, like I said, like they repeat the same thing over and over. Even the Google AI Lambda has more to talk about than those spirit. Usually every time they come up, they are like NPC. They are more NPC than the Google AI, who is allegedly conscious now. So they are like the NPC of this simulation, okay? And they are up to no good. Like the Mothman prophecies. I'm not talking about the deity now. I'm talking about the Mothman and the UFO and the Man in Black. According to the author, right, there are a lot of hypnosis going on, hallucination going on, but that doesn't mean the author believed those entities weren't there. Like there are some entity. In fact, not all people can see them, but some people can see them, like I said, right? And they always repeat the same message over and over, like NPC. So that's lead me to believe that the nature of the spirit, the entity, maybe the NPC of this simulated universe that we're living in. Or maybe we are not living in a simulation, we are living in a real universe, but the universe is conscious. Sort of like Gaia. And it is not like, you know that our brain is not united, right? In our brain, there are multiple personality. I'm not talking about the multiple personality disorder. Like for some people, all of us have different multiple consciousness, and when united, they are in one brain. We think we are of one mind, but we have multiple mind and personality. It's just that at the end they decided to work together. But for those who have multiple personality disorder, those consciousness separate and they do their own thing. There are patients who have split brain, right? They do surgery to cut the brain, disconnect the left and the right, and doctor can prove that the two different brain, different half of the brain were thinking different thing. They were two different consciousness. But when they cover the eyes, like say the patient only see with right eyes, only the left brain is responding, and if covered with the right eyes, the right brain is responding. So there are two different brain for those patients. But when you uncover the two eyes, the two brain thing, they were one brain. But in fact, because both sides of the brain can see each other, see what each other were thinking, so they become united again. So it's an illusion that they are one. There are illusion that our brain is one. We are not. Our brain is like actually multiple part. Like we are composed of many cells, just like the universe. The universe is composed of all the different beings, all the sentient beings. Like their theory that maybe a tree and a mushroom or even the light has some sort of consciousness, like photon, right? Electron. There are some sort of consciousness, but it's not like the human form of consciousness. They have a different form of consciousness. So what I mean is, if you take one brain cell out, is the brain cell conscious or not? If you pick one ant out of an ant colony, is it smart enough to be called conscious? But when you put a lot of ants into a colony, they act pretty intelligently, right? Just like the universe. The universe is composed of all being, and together the universe act like an intelligent being, and the universe know what we are thinking. because we are it. We are part of it. So what I'm saying is that the spirit is real. We can visualize and manifest, and there are NPC like the deity, and ghosts and demons are like deity, like NPC. Okay, let's finish with this last comment or last speculation I have about the spirit. So when we watch porn or do something really bad, like thinking bad stuff and project those hate energy, we are attracting the negative entity. So how were those entities born? Like how were they made? It's not important. Maybe at some point we manifested them, because humans have our dark side, right? We manifest those dark beings, maybe. Who knows? They will come. When we abuse people, when we treat our bunny bad, right? There's a bunny, very cute bunny. Let's say we give up on your pet, and then just okay, like you can go now. Just kick them out the house. Dark being will come to you and then stick to you or follow you around. But the good one, the good angel, guardian angels, the guardian NPC angels will look, oh, so you decide to join the dark side, so I better leave. Time for me to go to another host to protect another boss, another human. Okay, again, how those angels were made, I don't know. They were created for our benefit, because we manifest religions and we believe in angels, so they come to being at some point and then come to protect us. But then when we watch porn, when we watch especially the dark porn, let's say we watch a movie that we didn't buy, we steal. The angel can see that. The angel is like, okay, what is it now? So are you not on my side now? You're not on the side of the lights now? Okay, I better go. Then the demons will come, and then you will observe, oh, I have bad luck. I got sick. I wonder why. God, why is it so unfair? I'm a good person. How come I have bad luck? No, you watch porn yesterday. So it drove away the angel and invited demons. Something like that, right? It's just a theory. It's just a theory. Don't be scared. Okay, comment below if you have any encounter and what you thought about this live stream. Okay, some of me, what I said were just jokes, guys. But so if you don't understand, clarify it. So when you make love to your partner, make sure you're fully clothed, because your spiritual guides and the angel are watching. So just reproductive sex only, basically. Like sit sack, ching, like ching, and then like done. Okay, to keep yourself covered. Otherwise, it's unprotected sex, because the angel wouldn't protect you anymore. It's unprotected sex. Just kidding, guys. Make love however you want, because again, it's just a theory. Don't change your love making technique and pattern because of what I said in this video. But if you do, I would be flattered, because like, oh, I have that much influence. So comment below what you think. Give this a like, subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye.